Okay, so let me tell the version of my story. I was at my boyfriend's place. It was early morning. We were preparing for work. I jumped into the shower. Before I started to shower, I received a call from one of my mobile providers. I had a call center agent on the call because we were trying to sort out a certain transaction issue. And I was trying to work with time, but the issue was taking too long. And in my head, I was just like, "Bish, can we speed up this process? Because I gotta go to work, you know." So whilst I was on the call with the agent, something drops in the shower, like from heaven to the roof, to the ceiling board, to the shower in the bathroom where I was. And I was like, what the heck is that? You know, it wasn't making sense, like for something to drop through the roof. It's not even something you would think of. Imagine the way I'm talking right now. Anyway, things do happen, yes. But imagine the way I'm talking right now, and then something just drops from me up, like boof. Like how? How possible is that? And on top of the roof, there was nothing like trees for you to say, hey, maybe that's a branch, or I don't know. And anyway, if something had to drop through the roof, it means it's something that's very heavy. Maybe it's an aeroplane, but anyway, an aeroplane might smash the whole entire house. So it was just something of size that dropped through the roof and to the bathroom. I didn't know what this thing was because I didn't take a good look at it. It just dropped like poof, and I just saw something very thick and it looked very long, and I was like, this is a damn snake. And I hate snakes with a passion. I don't know why people love snakes. I feel like snakes is not an animal that you would like or anything, because I hate crawlers. Anything that just crawls or anything that just hops, it's not something that you should like. I don't know why people like animals like that. So like, this is a snake, and I am terrified of snakes. Trust me. If I had to see, okay, not really, okay, even just seeing a long time ago when I see a snake, I would get so traumatized. My body would move. I would shiver. All my hairs on my body, they would stand up. They would salute. So like, this is so I screamed. I was like, babe. And then the nigga didn't even know what was happening. And he was shocked. Imagine like your girlfriend is taking a shower. The only thing you can hear is water splashing, right? Now here is someone screaming. So the nigga was shocked and surprised. I was like, what's going on? So I was like, babe, what's going on? So like, there's something in here. So the cat, it was a cat anyway. Sorry, I didn't mention that at the beginning. The thing that dropped, it was a cat, but it was very fat and thick, and it had an ugly color. It was like beige mixed with pink. It had so many mixed colors, and it was big and fat. So I only noticed it was a cat after it looked at me, like, because it was scared because of how I was screaming, and it looked at me with big eyes. It was like, so I was like, oh, it's a damn cat. So this cat now, since I was screaming, it was scared. I was also scared. I do love pets. I love pets. We've had a cat before as a pet. We've had dogs before as pets. So I love cats as well because I've had a cat before as a pet. Even though people find them weird, superstitions. I know superstitions are real. Those things that people are usually superstitious about. Yes, those things are real. Whatever you think about, I'm sure they are real. But I feel like if you own your own cat, it's just a cat, it's not a human being, but any random cat. But that's not what I was thinking about in this moment. In this moment, I was like, this cat doesn't know me, because I've seen videos of cats like scratching people's eyes out. So that's what was in my head. I was like, this cat, since it's scared and it was sort of like coming towards me, I'm like, it's gonna scratch my eyes out. That's why I was screaming. But otherwise, I'm not even scared of cats. Anyways, but I'm scared of random cats, especially if it's in my home, the way that one landed. At least if it was just passing like outside, I wouldn't be scared. Yes, like babe was making fun of me in his version of the story. I do love cats. There would be times when we'll be walking together, I see a random cat, and I'll be like, oh my god, hey baby, whatever. So he was shocked that I was scared of this cat. So I was screaming, I'm like, babe, there's a cat in here, come get it out. You know, the way it dropped from the ceiling board. The problem is animals don't think in a way. Animals don't think. Because me, I was thinking, since I was screaming and it was scared, I thought it would jump again, like maybe jump on the toilet, then jump again through the ceiling board and out of the ceiling board and out and go outside. But it didn't think of that. It was just running around in the shower. The more I screamed, the more it was running around and it was jumping. So that's why I was scared. I was like, this cat is gonna scratch my eyes out. So you remember now, I was on the call with the call center agent from one of my mobile providers. So this girl was also shocked, like, what the hell is going on? So she was like, ma'am, I wish I got that girl's name. I was gonna, like, I was going to give her stars. I was going to rate her and tell her to say, girl, you're a good call center agent. The girl remained calm and she remained professional. There are some call center agents you people can relate in Zambia. You would even think, is this a call center? Someone is talking to you and they just sound like Kaponya che, Janky che. She remained professional. She was like, ma'am, hello ma'am, are you able to get me? Ma'am, are you okay? Ma'am, respond me. I was even thinking I was on a 911 call. I'm like, this girl. So I was like, no, yes, I'm fine. And then I was like, power just cut. So like, sorry, what were you saying again? But I was like shitting out of my boots. I was breathing heavily. I was shivering. I was scared. The other thing I was scared of is my phone dropping like in water. So now my babe came to my rescue. He opened the door. I was like, what is it? I was like, there's a cat in here. So when he opened the door, I was thinking it would remain in the shower. It ran out of the shower and started going in other rooms. It went in the bedroom. I was like, the only thing I was thinking about, like, this thing is living diseases now. I was like, babe, can you open the door so that it goes out? Don't allow it to go anywhere else. So he opened the kitchen door. It wasn't coming. It just remained there in the bedroom. So like, fine, since it's running like to the bedroom, maybe just, it's not me who thought about it. It was babe who like, let me just open the window in the bedroom. That's how come he opened the window in the bedroom. And that's how come it ran out of the bedroom window. I ended up cutting the call with the call center agent because it wasn't making sense for me. Like, whatever was happening around, I couldn't really talk. Like when you are shitting out of your boots, like you're scared to the max. You can't do anything normal. I wasn't thinking properly at that moment, but I could get what she was saying. I was like, yeah, what were you saying? Then she said something and I was just concentrating where I was. And she was like, ma'am, are you okay? I don't know if I really told her, like, I'll call you later or something, but I cut the call. That's how come the cat went out. Now my boyfriend's neighbors were nosy. How those old women were nosy. And the neighbors they were like flats, a lot of flats in his yard. 99% of his neighbors were women. All of them were women anyways, not until one of them moved out and then some guys moved in one of the apartments. They were nosy. Those women were nosy. Like, not nosy whereby they're talking about something on the down low. They would even ask you, like, this and this. Like, they want to get information out of you. And I was the type of person that just used to ignore them. Like, imagine you're talking to me, asking me something, then I just look at you and I walk away. I'm like, bitch, you're nosy. So, they all, like, say coming out. They were like, fish village ticker. By then, we were working in another town. So they were speaking Bemba. Like, fish village tika, Valelwa? Like they said, giving comments, like, hey, what's going on? Are they fighting? And then me and my boyfriend have never even fought in that way, whereby voices are being raised and punches are being thrown. Never ever. If we are fighting, it's just in the normal way. Yes, you would be angry, but there would be no voices that are being raised. Are we mad people? My boyfriend stayed there like for a year. How did they know this guy to say, hey, this is not the way this guy behaves? We've never heard them argue. They weren't even concerned, like, to say, like, are they okay? Like, what's going on? All they were saying is, are they fighting? Like, are they fighting? Are they fighting? No one even came to the door to knock, like, what's going on? They were just talking amongst themselves, but we could hear them. They were like, are they fighting? And not asking out of concern, like they were laughing, like, but they what? So that's what happened, guys. The cat story. And after that, we continued preparing for work, like nothing happened. We finished preparing for work. We stepped out. Whilst we were locking the doors, those neighbors that were talking amongst each other, asking what was happening, they didn't even ask us to say, like, good morning. We greeted them. We usually used to greet each other, just like, good morning. They didn't ask us, like, what was happening? Are you guys okay? They were just looking at us after greeting them. I'm sure after we left, they remained talking about whatever they were talking about, and they had their own conclusions. But that's what happened. So that's my version of the story, and this is the detailed. I always, I always ensure that my stories have all the details. You know how men tell the stories. So this is my version of the story, the detailed story. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for the support. Keep on subscribing, liking, and sharing. See you next time on Storytime with Kitara. Bye.